So in this book, you're going to see lots of miracles that have happened in my life. I was born in 1970 during the Jesus Revolution. I mean, there were things that happened in my life that were supernatural. I mean, when my grandpa died when I was 9 years old, I remember this angel being in my room, and it was like the presence of God filling the room up with peace. And that just this calmness and peace and love in my room when my grandpa was having a heart attack down the hall and the paramedics were doing CPR on him. We walked out into the hallway and they didn't even see us. They walked right by. And I remember being tucked into bed and waking up, having the best night's sleep of my life. I knew an angel had tucked me into bed, and also the angels came to take my grandpa to heaven. But that's just a little sample of what's in this book, The Same Today. This is a book, a story about my life and how God rescued me many times, over and over and over. Lots of miracles. I was a pro surfer later on in life, did the whole surfing thing in Santa Cruz. It was just dead end after dead end after dead end. Then I joined the Army Rangers. I told my dad I wanted to go find America. So I joined the Army Rangers, got into the Army. I made it through airborne school miraculously by the Lord and made it through the Ranger indoctrination program, went to 3rd Ranger Battalion. You're going to see lots of that in this book as well. And then later on, rededicated my life to the Lord at 37 years old with a Greg Laurie speaking at Wayne Taylor's church in Seattle. So this book covers a lot of that. It's about God's grace and his love. And I think it's going to bless you. I know it will. And it's going to show you how you can rededicate your life to the Lord as well. This could be for a loved one as well. I mean, you might want to buy this for a Christmas present or for just a birthday gift for somebody, but this is the book right here. You can get it on Amazon. So let's go through this. So it's a story of God's amazing love and his grace. Here's a picture I did of where I grew up. This is called First Peak at Pleasure Point. This is one of the best surf spots in Santa Cruz. So you're going to see photos of stuff like that in there, talking about surfing perfect waves. This is me right here. I was in high school. This is the SoCal High surf team. This is Frosty. If you ever watched that movie, Chasing Mavericks with, it has Jay Mororty in it. This is his coach, Frosty. This is the real guy. There's so much talent right here. Seth Taylor, one of my best friends. Hey, Seth, if you're watching. Tim Crabtree. There's Justin Burns, Kieran Horn, Joey. There's just so much talent right here with these guys. These guys are amazing surfers, and you're going to see and hear about all these guys. So here's the town of Santa Cruz where I was born and raised. And these are some friends, Justin Burns, Andy, Waters. There's Jeff. Jeff passed away a while ago. So I feel really bad about that. There's a picture of me surfing. This is down at the point. You're going to get all this stuff in the book. Later on, the Ranger Battalion. This is my graduation from the Ranger Indoctrination Program. This is one of the hardest things that anybody can go through, you guys. So I couldn't believe it was by the grace of God that I made it through here. And you're going to see in this book, you're going to see miracles. You're going to read about amazing miracles that God did in my life, even in the Rangers. This is me right here. This is one of my buddies that went through it with me. He's a Jewish guy, great friend of mine. We had a great time. There's some guys in this picture who a couple of them made it to some highly special operations units, the unit, and just got out not too long ago. They were in Benghazi in Syria and Afghanistan. These are just awesome guys. And it was a place where they made a man out of me. Here's a picture of a Little Bird helicopter. Here's another one right here. I was sitting on the pod here. We're doing some training down in El Paso, Texas. This is my graduation from Ranger School. And here's Sergeant Hayes, who's in the book. He was my sergeant, and he pinned on my Ranger tab. Went through in wintertime. I was about 135 pounds. Can you believe that? You lose so much weight back then. They give you like 1 MRE a day, and it was freezing cold. I think in the winter you got 2 MREs a day, but still it wasn't enough. But made it straight through miraculously. God saw me through this, you guys, and you're going to read about that in this book. So here's some friends of mine that were in Somalia. This is the real picture of the real thing. If you saw that movie Black Hawk Down, these are the real guys. And they told me the stories. I heard all these stories from my friends who came back from this battle. I was in Alpha Company. They were in Bravo Company. And they came back from this Battle of Mogadishu in Somalia, where the movie Black Hawk Down was based on. And 6 of my Ranger buddies, some of them I knew, they died there. A few Delta Force guys died there too. And the thing that came back that impressed me the most was they talked about their love for their brothers. It was all about being there for your brother and the love that you have for one another. And this picture is amazing because these are guys that had to run the Mogadishu Mile, they call it, but they had to run out of the city because the armored personnel carriers were full. They took off, and these guys had to run. And I knew a few of these guys. They told me the stories about it. But here's a picture of it. Pretty amazing stuff. And these are, you can see the Delta guys, real confident guys here. And this is some of the Ranger, Sergeant Eversman, there's Phibbs, a good friend of mine. These guys were the guys that ran at the end of that. So you're going to hear about that too. Here's my team. We just did the obstacle course in Panama. This is training we did down in the jungles of Panama. This is me right here. This is good friends of mine here, and they're doing great. Beloyd and there's just a lot of good friends here. So then, and later right after Panama, we went to Canada and trained in some like 60 below zero weather. This is me holding the toboggan here during a movement when we were leaving, but we're going out into the field. It was snowing. It was freezing. We lived in tents, snow caves, did all kinds of really cool training. You're going to see that. Here's the team as we were leaving, wearing our snowshoes. There's a toboggan with all our equipment. And this is when I was sergeant. Picture I got. There's some Canadian jump wings. You got to earn those when we jumped into the snow in Panama. Little bird helicopter. Just a lot of good stuff. So now what I do now is I teach the whole Bible. You might want to subscribe to this channel because you're gonna get lots of insight into how the whole Bible explains the Bible. Scripture explains Scripture. We go through the Old Testament and New. They're all one testament. So the main thing on this book, you guys, and by the way, it does make a really good Christmas present for a young man, especially, or young woman, especially if they're into surfing or into the Army, things like that. They want hope and peace. This book is perfect for them, you guys, because the theme throughout this book is God's amazing grace, His hope, and His love for us. And that's the main thing, how He rescued me and how He could rescue anybody. And it's not about the miracles that are in this as much as it is the great miracle of God's love and His grace. All right. So what a great Christmas present you can give somebody, or a birthday present, or whatever. So I hope that you will check that out. You can go in the link in the description below and get this right off Amazon. And it's right there for you. I don't think it's very expensive. I think it's like around $10, this one, for a paperback. And hey, looking forward to talking to you guys soon. I love you. God bless you.